Hello again, and welcome to another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast, where we talk about everything and anything franchising. And today I'm once again at the Poolwerx head office in Brisbane. I'm joined by Andrew Walker. Now, your title, Andrew, is Chief Development Officer of Australia and New Zealand. Is that correct?
Chief Franchise Development Officer, yes.
Chief Franchise Development. What did I say? Chief Development Officer, didn't I? Franchising is an important word. Mate, thanks for having us here again today.
That's all right.
We wanted to come back when we had a few people, and you can see some stuff going on in the background on there. So this podcast we're going to talk about here is a quick wrap-up or a quick run over franchise owner training and how you get people ready in a Poolwerx business. Let's jump straight into it. Can you give us an overview of the Poolwerx training methodology?
Sure, Glenn. So our training is really twofold. There is the franchise owner training, and then there is our staff or their team's training.
Yep.
So when you first join the brand as a franchise owner, you come into our initial pool school, we call it. It's 4 weeks of training. The first week is online, and then the following 3 weeks is here in Brisbane in our training centre.
They all come to this Brisbane one?
They all come to this Brisbane training centre. This is the most advanced training centre in the pool industry in the whole of the Southern Hemisphere. And we've duplicated this in the US.
I thought you were about to say the world.
No, we've duplicated this in the US.
Yep.
And we have a really great facility over there as well. But this is the training centre for all of our Australian and New Zealand operations.
Yes.
So our franchise owners come here for that training. And then throughout the year, we do an extensive amount of training for franchise owners, for their teams, whether they be retail staff or whether they be technicians.
So we wanted to line this up. It's taken us a bit of time because your pool school stuff happens. You're always doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
But what's happening behind us now, so people can on the podcast can see things going on. We wanted a bit of theatre, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And we made it today so that we could have this training in the background. So this team, this is what we call our Technical Excellence Program training, Level 1. So we have two different levels of training in our Technical Excellence, and we run Technical Excellence training every year. And that's an opportunity for franchise owners to send their staff.
So these aren't franchise owners?
These are not franchise owners, they're staff. So they're technicians that go out into the field and service people's pools for them. And this is the Level 1 training. So these people here will have been in the business up to maybe 12 months. And the franchise owners send them here to upskill them, to give them more knowledge and more understanding of the business.
Okay. Earlier on, I could see some maths on the board. There's not too much maths, is there? It terrified me.
No, there's not much maths at all. IT systems cover all of that. But
so that's chemical balances and stuff,
when we do the training, we do it from a basic level. So we actually do it manually so that people have that understanding of the chemical balances of pools.
So what we're doing now is franchise owner sends their team members into train. So the franchise owners have got other training they're doing, obviously, with staff members from a retail perspective as well. How do they do that? Is that online or how does that work?
So we run retail excellence programs and technical excellence programs, and they're for franchise owners' staff.
Yep.
And that's all operated from here. So they send their teams into here for that training, and they fly them from all over the country. And then we have franchise owner training in the development season, we call it, which is the winter period. So that's what we call the development season in our business. And it's actually happening right now today in Melbourne. Our franchise owner training is being done down there today for all of the franchise owners. So
you do that on a state-by-state basis and owners come into a location.
That's right.
And go through. So what's happening in this? So it was an interesting phrase. You said it to me before we started this. You talked about being in development season. Yes. Can you just talk through the thinking around all of that?
Yeah, so I mean, in our business, the summer season is the season, we call it. Yeah. So that's when all of our franchise owners are really, really busy. Their businesses are flat out, obviously, because that's the time people are swimming in their pools. And then in the winter period is what we call the development season. So that's the time when our franchise owners will develop their business, whether that be through new business development, whether it be through training and development of their teams, whether it be training and development of themselves, or whether it's catching up with holidays for their staff.
Yeah. So what's it structured in? So do you have certain streams of development across that period? So what is that? Because imagine there's a whole map to it and everything like that.
Yeah,
How does that work?
It's all planned out. The development season workshops for franchise owners is all based around topics that the franchise owners have indicated they want more upskilling on.
Yep.
So and it changes all the time. So every year we'll have different topics for different states. So today we're talking marketing and IT systems training.
This is this event in Melbourne?
Yeah, this is this event in Melbourne. So the franchise owners are getting we've just recently moved over to some new IT systems.
How enjoyable was that?
That was fantastic.
Yeah, always is.
It's always a challenge.
Jumped in straight away.
It's always a challenge.
I know how much fun that type of stuff is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We rolled that out across the whole business last year. So this year we're doing some additional training on end of year and managing of your accounts and all that sort of thing as a part of the development season training.
So when new franchisees come in, so I know you've got retail stores and you've got mobile. So what is the training split up? So for people who are watching this and thinking, how do I get trained? What sort of, I know people can start from nothing in knowledge of pools, but how's the structure work from a mobile to retail centre and training and getting people ready to run their business?
Yeah, so the first pool school, the first 4 weeks, basically covers every aspect of operating your business. So the first week is online, and most of that is sort of administrative, getting supplier accounts open and doing all the things that we need to do to get them set up, ready to start.
And that's why they can do that remotely.
And they can do that remotely because they don't necessarily need to be in a classroom for that, and they can do it at their own pace. So it's less time that they need to take from work to be able to do that, or if they've resigned or whatever the case may be. And then the next 3 weeks are here, and we go through every aspect of the business, whether that be marketing and developing your local area marketing campaigns, whether that be managing your IT systems, whether that be the technical training, whether that be retail merchandising, retail sales training, all of that is covered across the whole lot. And most of our franchise owners, even if they're starting off as a mobile operator, will ultimately go into retail.
So that's always the plan,
is it? That's the pathway.
That's the pathway, yeah.
That's the pathway that our franchise partners do.
Yeah.
Some do it more quickly than others. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they pretty much all do that. And there's a very, very good reason for that, because a retail store drives your mobile business, because you've got the largest part of the market for the pool industry is DIY pool owners. So people who come into a shop, get their water tested.
I can do it myself. I know I can do it myself.
That's right. Take the chemicals home and put it in their pool. So all of a sudden you've got 300 or 400 customers coming into your store to get their water samples tested. And that 300 or 400 customers will have problems with their pool at some stage. And you're the first business they ring because they go to you to get their water tested done each week. So we call them DIY customers, but they drive our mobile business. So by having that retail store, you're actually expanding your mobile business as well.
It's a real window, is a real shop front.
That's right.
So I'm interested to know, with a lot of brands, say food brands and that sort of stuff, are always aligning their training with store openings and that sort of stuff. So with your retail stores, what sort of fit out and construction, how does all that align with training? Are people getting trained first and then waiting a period to open their stores, or do you always try and line that up?
Yeah, no, it's generally never lined up.
Yeah. I was going to say there's too many factors to jump into it, isn't
there? We
have
6 pool schools a year, and we would be opening 13, 15 stores a year. So they rarely line up, and it's not aligned to opening a store. The opening of the store is a completely separate function that we operate within the business. And one of my team members manages that process in terms of...
That's an ops sort of thing,
No, it's retail project management.
Okay.
And from an empty shell right through to actually having the store open. Ops take it over once it's open.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then they operate that store. But all of our training on the retail systems is done prior to that, at whatever time of the stage they do their training, do the opening of the store.
Okay, so the store gets opened. Let's say they're in a store, even mobile, doesn't make any difference. What about in-field training and all that sort of stuff, and in-field support and everything, especially from opening, and how you structure all that in the business? Yeah,
so we have a technical excellence person in our support team right behind us in doing this training today.
Doing this thing now,
and after a business owner finishes their pool school, they'll go back out in the field and they'll start their business, whether that's mobile or retail. And Darren will go and spend a week with them on site and go out in the van with them and teach them the technical side of the business, because that's probably the key part that you really need to understand. And it's not difficult to do, but it's just important that you get it right.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to lose customers because you've done something incorrectly. So we like to make sure that technical piece is done really, really well. During that 3-week period, all of our new business owners will go out and work in a store physically. They'll go out and travel in a vehicle physically, and they'll physically do the work.
So they buddy up with another franchise owner or another tech?
Yeah. So we have franchise owners in Brisbane who take them on, and they actually work in their businesses alongside their staff, and they show them and they get a really good understanding of how the business operates from that perspective.
Must be, I'd imagine those people put their hand up for that type of thing, isn't it? They really want to be part of that to contribute to the network as well, those existing franchise owners?
Yeah, we have a really strong culture in the business of helping other franchise owners.
Yep.
So all of our franchise owners typically love to be able to help others, and that's a very large part of our training too. It's that peer-to-peer support. So we also have a WhatsApp group in every state for all of our franchise owners and the technicians. And if they have a problem or they come across a technical issue in a plant room or at a person's home they don't know how to solve, they can take a photo and pop it on the WhatsApp group, and within seconds they'll have a couple of answers back from other franchise owners or from Darren. Here's how you fix that problem.
Isn't that amazing how far it's come? I mean, it wouldn't have been that long ago that you were talking about an IT solution for an intranet that people had to get online to be able to log in and do all that sort of stuff. Now, a simple WhatsApp group can solve it. I mean, it's really made things in franchising quite lean when you're prepared to adopt that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's become immediate. Yeah. So, you're not waiting for an answer any longer.
Or sifting through the ops manual or anything like that.
Trying to find it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a lot of general engagement on that? So how I'm interested in, because I think it makes a really strong system when you've got franchise owners who are involved in the support of each other and training of each other as well at the same time. So is there a lot of engagement on that, or is it mainly just, hey, I've got a question on this, or is it all sorts of general business stuff as well? Or are they streamed to tech and franchise owner, those WhatsApp groups?
The WhatsApp group is across the board, but it's generally across answering questions. So it's not a chat forum.
Yep.
It's not a communication forum.
Someone will police you on it.
It's a problem-solving forum.
Stop chatting. Yeah.
For people to be able to ask a question and get an answer really, really quickly.
Yep.
And it does make a big difference. We also have monthly business meetings, and those monthly business meetings also can often have a training component to them. And that's where all of our franchise owners come together physically in a room, and they review the business for the last month and talk about challenges and obstacles and things they need to address in their businesses. But we also conduct some training in those sessions too. And that's where all of them get together and they work together as a team in learning new products and new ways of doing things.
Do they bring their team members to that, or is that mainly a franchise owner thing?
It's typically mainly franchise owners,
to keep it keep the theme pretty spot on, isn't it?
Yeah. We very much target the franchise owners and the training that they require, and then their teams and the training they require as two separate functions.
Okay. All right. And I mean, you're a business that has suppliers as well. So I see a lot of we were actually going to come and film, what was it, a Matronic, I think,
yes,
their equipment
right.
and stuff like that. So those suppliers, I imagine, with other franchise brands that I've interviewed that have a significant supplier network, those suppliers get involved in training as well. So I'm sure, what sort of training do suppliers get involved with your
quite
franchisees?
Significant. So our suppliers are involved in the first 3-week pool school. Or 4-week pool school, and the physical 3 weeks here, they get involved in coming in and doing training on their product range. So they give an overview of their product range to all the new business owners, but then also they go out into our businesses and they train their teams, and they'll give product overviews to the teams. So we have what we call Toolbox Tuesdays across the country. So invariably a business owner will organise for a particular supplier like Matronics, for example, or Fluidra, to come in and give all of their team an overview of their product range and the features and benefits of all the key products that they're selling. So it just upskills the staff on the knowledge of the equipment and the product that they're selling.
So do you find that franchise owners and staff members out there are in regular contact with those suppliers and everything? Because they've got reps in areas, I'd imagine, with issues that pop up. Are they also part of that channel of support?
They are, absolutely, very much so. We have a very close relationship with all of our suppliers, and we use that relationship to be able to assist the growth and development of our businesses.
Excellent. So leveraging, that's
Yes.
a good idea, isn't it?
Yes.
So as we wrap up, what I'm interested in, this is something I'll catch you off guard maybe with. So when people come into pool school, all right, say they've made the decision to become a franchise owner, what do you find are their main fears? What are they worried about? Like, are they worried about that am I going to muck these chemicals up in pools? What do you find are the most common things that make people nervous?
Yeah, everybody that comes into our business has almost zero skills in terms of our industry. So they're very nervous about what they don't know.
Yeah.
And they're very nervous about the extent of what they need to learn. But in reality, our IT systems cover the water chemistry. So, literally they do the water test, and then the system will tell them what chemical needs to go in the pool and how much needs to go in, and in what process that needs to happen. So put this in first, then this product, then this product.
And it didn't used to be like that.
No, it didn't used to be like that. No, it's come a long way.
Very
but
quickly.
It's almost a fail-safe way of doing your water chemistry.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the equipment, once they've actually done the pool school, they realise it's not that difficult. It's really understanding the directional flow of water
Tell me about it, because when I've been on the phone to a maintenance person before, they say, yeah, just back flush it. I'm like, sorry, well, I'm afraid I'm going to back flush it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's and we do spend a fair bit of time in our training on that. If you can understand the directional flow of the water from the pool back to the plant room or the pump and the filter, and then back to the pool, then you'll understand how it's where it's coming in and where it's going out.
Yeah.
Backwashing is really simple. It's really just basically turning the knob on the top of the filter to the
I'm getting a lesson here.
Backwash position. Yeah. And then turning your pump back on again.
Yeah.
And what that will do is it basically just flushes out the filter.
Yep.
And gets rid of all the rubbish that's sitting in there that's come from your pool water over a period of time.
Well, I know so much more now. I got trained today as well. Andrew, mate, thanks for joining us on the podcast, mate. Much appreciated.
That's all right. No problem. Thanks very much, Glenn.
Excellent, mate. That's it again for another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast. Please share, like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff, and we'll catch you in the next one very soon.